Hi everybody, Mike Pfeiffer with Pfeiffer Hobby Supply again. This will be video 25, and I'm going to show you some progress I've made on some of the detailing and so forth in here, and explain a couple of items to you that are of interest, and I hope you enjoy it. Well, today's video 25, I think, is just going to start out by, I'm going to use the tripod so I can show you guys some of the detail work that I've been doing and see how it blends into the scenery, and hopefully the video will come out a little bit better than my shaky hands. This one here, I put in this little shed in the foreground here with the man and the Santa Fe maintenance truck. You'll also notice that I did a video on making some yuccas, and you'll see some of those yuccas here in the foreground as well as in the background over there by the trading post, which is in the background there. Now we're going to swing over here and I'm going to show you a picture. Some of you may get N-scale model railroading, and there was a gentleman by the name of Jim Blateau that had a layout called 1946. Jim was kind enough to send me a handmade Indian Hogun that, believe it or not, is all detailed inside, and I'm going to run you over here and take a quick look at that. Okay guys, here's the Hogun. Since I didn't have any kind of open space to put it in when Jim gave it to me, or sent it to me, I decided to put it next to the trading post. I thought it was kind of appropriate, and then people could go in and see a traditional Navajo Hogun. And you can't really see in the video here, but it's lighted inside, and there is actually a stove in the center of it there, and all of the wood structure actually is inside of it, and then it's mud stuccoed on the outside, just as they would be. You can see in the background more of the yuccas, and you can also see other desert plants that have been created to try and replicate the southwestern scene here. The ocotillo there in the background. I'll take you and show you some more details. Okay, here's another little scene that I did recently. Apparently the workers at the T. Leary Chemical Factory are not happy with the working conditions. Someone has found out that somebody got sick inside the factory from hazardous fumes, and so they're all out protesting, and they got a little violent, so they called the sheriff in to see if he could straighten stuff up. Let's go take a look elsewhere. Well, I was going to show you this area here with the yard tower and the fuel facility there, which I just got put in. Need a roof on the building there, and my crossing signs and so forth. But we had a little interruption in the middle. As you can see, the world is not perfect. The freight train, the passenger train, just happened to be going by when the reefer train happened to rear end the mixed freight, and now we've got to halt everything here for a minute and have all the railroad inspectors come in and see what's been going on and why this accident happened. Anyway, as you can see, the world is not perfect. I'll straighten this up and we'll continue forward with the rest of the video. Okay. After a lengthy cleanup and an investigation, it was revealed that it was a loose bolster pin on a boxcar on the mixed freight train that caused the accident. We're several days beyond that now, and obviously the passenger service is back in. And now we're going to resume here. This is the bowling alley section that I've added the parking lot to, and a few cars, and the bowling light sign, which I think you may have seen, and the fence there to keep the drunks from the bar from walking out onto the tracks. You can also see the back of the dining room, the bar, and the pawn shop. across the street from the bus station, and the low-rent Ridley Hotel back there in the background. These are all things that I've just recently completed doing. Not thoroughly done, as they still need some people put in and so forth. But I'll get to that eventually. Let's move on to the next item. Okay, this house has been sitting in this location for quite some time, but I just got done putting the dirt around it and stuff. I've made the wood piles and so forth. All I need to do now is add some construction workers, which I'll make out of house painters, and some ladders and some construction trucks, and this scene will be ready to go. You can also see one of the yuccas pictured in this scene here. Now let's move over to the depot. Okay, here's the depot. You've seen the depot before, but I have now finished the parking lot. I've added the cars, added quite a few people. When the passenger train passes by here, it's kind of hard to see close up, but there's an awful lot of people. There's a newsstand, there's a lot of luggage, there's a lot of freight, just a lot of things going on here at the depot. But it's pretty much finished with the exception of possibly some railings and so forth. Even have the grass out in front of the depot. But the whole parking lot and depot is basically done and mounted down to the layout now. So let's move on down to the cattle area and the Pfeiffer house. Okay, in this video here, you can see the tourist trap signs that I made on the computer. Made the billboards for the signs. And then just out of the picture, you can see one of the cows behind the ice plant there, and there's a barbed wire fence around that whole area there. Also, way in the back by the big black mesa on the other side of the track, you can see some cows over there. There's actually an underpass that goes underneath the railroad over there, a concrete underpass. They're quite common out here to get livestock from one side of a track to another. And there's also barbed wire fence over there, so the cows can come over here, get their water and stuff at the windmill, and then head back under the track and go out there and graze in the flatland. You can also see behind the billboard there, you can see just the side of the Pfeiffer house. Let's walk down there now. I think we've actually seen the Pfeiffer house in other videos. However, I thought on the tripod that this might show up a little bit better. You can see the yard. You can see Robin and I sitting on the porch of the house. There's also a dog there. We have a neighbor coming up to visit. I have my 55 Chevrolet sitting outside. We have a little garden over there. We also have one of our relatives back there that lives with us hanging up some laundry in the back. You can see the cattle chute in case we need to take any of the cows to market. We also allow some beekeepers to keep bees on the right-hand side over there. And they're busily collecting some honey right now. Okay, let's move on down to the bar now. Okay, here we are now down at the Colonial Supper Club. They call it a supper club, but it's actually a local biker hangout, a place for kids to come and get Cokes out of the machine there, and you can see the proprietor hauling some liquor inside. Not much happening here today, no shooting, no stabbing. It's during the day. That stuff normally happens at night in this area. But of course, all the bikers always stop here for a little libation and make their way back into Kachina. Let's move on down to the town area. Okay, here we are in the little town beyond the ghost town. You can see that I have mounted down permanently some storefronts on the main street. The fire station that's been there for a little while, I've mounted down the taco stand. Also, you'll see a small freight building that's also mounted down just to the right and just behind the coaling tower, across the street from the coaling tower. That area over there just needs some touch-up, some cars and some people. I need to work a little bit on the parking lot of the taco stand. But the far side of the street over there is pretty much done. I need to add lines to the street and so forth, which I think I've discussed in other videos. And that's pretty much it on the details for this side of the layout. Now we're going to swing around here, and it's just, it's nothing new. It's just something I changed because I didn't like the way it looked. Okay, here we are at Fight for Unobtanium. This is nothing new as far as this area. However, I was not pleased with the gravel and dirt situation that I had around the area. So in this area here, I changed the color and texture of the reddish dirt in there. You can also see that I put the front end loader in there, actually scooping up some dirt to put in the dump truck. The crane is actually digging a hole there, actually bringing some of the material down so the front end loader can get it more easily. You can see that I've changed the color of the black in the background back there, and then we have two other colors of rock that they've taken out after they've refined the unobtanium out of it. You can also see that we're back to the same thing that we had before, and that is that they take the unobtanium tailings that they get after processing, and they actually use them in concrete over here so that the federal government doesn't have a chance to get on them. I think once that the government finds out they're using those tailings in their concrete, there might be a little problem, but so far they've avoided federal inspection. Okay, I thought I would end today. I know you've seen the drive-in. This is the Sunset Drive-In, which is just to the left of the doorway when you come in. But I've never had the camera still on it, so you could actually study it and see the actual detail here. Not much activity going on here during the day, but this is the hustle and bustle of the town of Kachina at nighttime. And that's about it. This is the last thing I had for today. I'll give you guys a chance to take a look at this and absorb it, and down the road, as soon as I get more detail done, we'll move on to video 26. Thanks for watching. Well, that's it for video 25. I hope you enjoyed the little tour and was able to see some things that might help you. I've really enjoyed putting all that detail on the layout here recently. Thanks to Jim in Hawaii for sending the little Hogun, and we'll see you guys on video 26. I appreciate you stopping by.